Hello guys, I hope you are doing well and hello guys, I hope you are doing well. In this video we are going to discuss the latest paper of NEBOSH which held on 17 January 2024, and we will discuss the complete scenario. I hope you will love this video. I guarantee you, if you watch this video with your full attention, you will 90% of your problems will be solved, like how to read the NEBOSH scenario for solving your paper, or how to answer the questions asked in NEBOSH exam. So first of all, we will look deeply on how to read the each line of the scenario, so you can find more and more points in order to answer the quickly quickly and accurately in the exam, right? So let's start the scenario. Actually, at this screen I cannot highlight the scenario. There is no option, so I want to open this document in PDF Word, in Word, so that I can edit it. So let's go to Word document. Okay, so here is the Word document. So let's just read this scenario and I will highlight the important points. Okay, so here is the top page of the scenario. We do not need to read this, as the scenario starts from here. So let's just jump straight to the scenario. So let's read it, guys. Just be attentive and create the points in your own mind and compare it with my points, so that you know your own situation, that are you ready to crack the NEBOSH or not. So let's start the scenario. Okay, so at a large international airport, up to 1 lakh bags are handled daily. So this scenario is about an international airport, and it will specifically focus on the bag handling in the airport. All right, so this is just a basic introduction. This is done using a baggage handling system. So the system which handle the bag is known as baggage handling system within the main building of the airport terminal. So this is located in the main building of the airport terminal. The BHS means bag handling system, right? The BHS is made of automated conveyors that move baggage from the check-in desk to security screening. So there is a conveyor. Now if you don't know about the what is conveyor, so I will put the photo of the conveyor in this video, as you can see here. So this is the conveyor. So it move from baggage from check-in mean where you enter the airport. Sorry, I'm saying airport, where you check in to load your luggage or baggages. So this is that place. To security screening, and then to the distribution. So your bag first comes to check in, and then security screening, and then these goes to the distribution. After baggage is sorted by BHS, so after they check your bags, it is collected at the distribution point at the aircraft loading by the aircraft loading agents. So there are people who are agents, and what they do, they collect at the distribution point. All right, usually a minimum of 2 ELAS means loading agents work at each distribution point. So there are minimum 2 ELAS which work on the each distribution point, right? So there are multiple distribution point. The baggage is usually loaded onto airline baggage carts and is secured with a water resistant cover. So now you can see how to make the points in NEBOSH scenario. Baggage is usually loaded onto air baggage carts and is secured with a water resistant covers. So this is a very good step, that they secure your bag with a water resistant cover so that your bags don't get wet due to rain or any other wetty conditions. So this is a good point. This also regard to safety, so we will mark it as green. So okay, so one of the basic thing is that in the whole scenario you will see some points are positive and some points are negative. So you will highlight the positive indicators in green and negative indicator in red. That will be very helpful when you will be answering the NEBOSH question. So let's do this, and is secured with water resistant cover. So I will highlight this water resistance covers in green. This is a positive point. All right, that are attached to the carts by straps. So there are straps which are holding these water resistant cover. All right, baggage carts are attached to a tow truck. Baggage carts are attached. Now these baggage cars are attached to a tow truck which is driven by the ELAS to the outdoor area. The tow trucks are the thing which transfer your bag from the distribution point to the outdoor loading area. Alright, this is adjacent to where aircraft park. Okay, so this point, outdoor loading area, it is adjacent, like just nearby to where the aircraft park, like where the aeroplanes park, close to the terminal where the passenger board. Now this aircraft is close to the terminal where passenger board, and there are clearly marked roadways for two trucks in the distribution and loading areas. Now again, this is a very positive point, that they marked the roadways, like everybody will come to know that there is a roadway for trucks. So that is a good step, that they mark the roadways so that everybody come to know that there are trucks going there. All right, in the distribution and loading areas, workers also use the pedestrian routes which are clearly identified. So now this is again is a very positive point. So we will use this pedestrian routes and clearly identified by green print. Okay, so these all are the positive indicator of the health and safety. So these are very useful when you will answer the NEBOSH question. So which are clearly identified by bright green paint. All right, so everybody will come to know, okay, this is the walkway for the passengers. Red hashed marking on pedestrian route indicate where the route cross roadways at the regular interval. So red hat marking, so there are the markings which are red hatched, mean these are in red color on pedestrian routes, where the pedestrian route on the pedestrian route which indicate that where the route cross roadways. So where there is a roadway, there they put the red color to let you know that there is a roadway crossing, so you have to be careful in crossing the road. So we will, this is also a positive indicator, so I will highlight this in green color on pedestrian routes, indicate where the routes cross roadways. Okay, so all right, at regular interval, the indoor distribution. Okay, so from here the indoor distribution and outdoor loading areas are also accessible, okay, in places to the airport worker and passengers. So indoor distribution and outdoor loading areas are also accessible for airport worker and passenger. Okay, in such places road safety and health safety signs are commonly used. So this is again a very positive indicator. I will mark this in green to help protect workers and passengers. So you come to know that the safety is very well planned there, so that workers don't get harm, and everybody know that this is the way for passenger, and this is the way for trucks and other things, so nobody will get harm. Okay, so let's go to the next point. Due to the size of the airport, the BHS bag handling system is divided into 3 zones. So there are 3 bag handling systems. Alright, each zone is managed by an operation supervisor. So there is an operation supervisor. So this is again a positive indicator that complete supervision is provided. Alright, so each zone is provided with a complete supervision. So this is a positive point. Each supervisor manage a team of up to 20 ALAs. ALAs mean loading agents, right? So 3 experienced ALAs in each team are also trained to carry out general maintenance and repair works. So this is again a positive point, that there are experienced ALAs. This is a positive point, and trained to carry out general and maintenance report. This is also a positive point. Work on the BHS system. Due to the high volume of baggage moving through the system every day, so it's mean that there is a rush on the airport. That's why the large number of bags are moving through the system every day. So let's see, there is a pressure to complete task efficiently. Okay, so this is a negative indicator, I would say. Complete. Okay, let's just mark it in red, and for this let's do it. So first of all I will have to make it with no color, and then let's okay. So this is the negative indicator, that there is a pressure to complete the task efficiently. Okay, so workers should not be pressurized, they should be work in a calm way. It's mean they are pressurizing the worker to complete the task efficiently. The highest, okay, so let's read next. The highest priority is to deliver the baggage to the correct aircraft on time. This is their highest priority. Okay, so this is, I would say, a positive point and a negative as well, because the first priority should be of health and safety and other things. So let's just color it in this color, so that we would use this according to the question. All right, baggage to the correct aircraft on time. This has resulted okay, so this has resulted in an increase in near misses in the past year. Okay, so this was a negative point, because this has resulted in a near misses. So this is a negative point, so this resulted in a near misses. So this is a negative indicator. So workers should, when the workers are pressurized and their highest priority is to deliver the baggage to the correct aircraft on time, so while working in a hurry, the like workers usually come through near misses, that the incident might be happened. All right, so let's move. Most of ALS have good working relationship within their teams. Okay, so the loading agents have good working relationships with their team. There is an informal hierarchy. So this is a negative point, informal hierarchy. There is an informal hierarchy where the longest serving member feel that they are justified in giving order to the newer or younger worker. So this is a negative culture of health and safety, that so it is saying that this is an informal hierarchy. Informal mean that there is no documented guidance, but they are doing on their own. So there is no informal hierarchy where the longest serving members, like the old workers, feel that they can order the new and younger workers, and they are allowed to do so. So this is a very negative thing. So let's read next. Worker C has worked in zone 3 for the longest time. So there is a worker, they named it as worker C. So the worker C has worked in zone 3 for a long time, okay, and often act as unofficial deputy for the zone 3 supervisor, and often act as unofficial deputy mean he was helping the supervisor as unofficially. He was not officially appointed as a helper to the supervisor, but he was like doing this kind of stuff. 2 months before, worker B began working as an ALAS in zone 3. So there is another worker 2 months ago, he began to work as an ALAS in zone 3. This was 1 week before their 18th birthday. So he was working 1 week before their 18th birthday. Worker B is keen to fit with the team. Now worker B want to fit in the team, especially with the worker C. So this worker C was a longest serving person, and the worker B is a new person and young too, as this is written that it was his 18th birthday. So he just turned into 18. Okay, so he was keen to fit in the team, especially with the worker C. Recently, one of the automated conveyor in the zone 3 developed a fault. Okay, so the conveyors in the zone 3 developed a fault. The ALAS who are trained in the maintenance were unable to repair it. As a replacement part was needed. So for the placement they needed a part. The supervisor arranged for a specialist contractor from the BHS manufacturer to repair the conveyor. So the supervisor arranged for a specialist contractor from the BHS manufacturer to repair the conveyor. So this is a good thing. Well, let's go next. So let's read from here. Contractor arrival. 2 days. Just a minute. Okay, so 2 days later, the contractor obtained the replacement part. After 2 days, the contractor obtained the replacement part and is due to arrive at zone 3 later that day. So the contractor obtained the replacement part and is due to, and for this reason he arrive on the zone 3 later at that day. The airport is particularly busy due to the start of a holiday period. The supervisor has gathered a group of ALAS at the beginning of their shift to assign them to their specific distribution point for that day. Before the supervisor starts They receive a telephone call from the contractor letting them know that they have arrived. Okay, so before starting the shift, the supervisor get a call from the contractor that they are just arriving. The supervisor tells worker C to allocate the distribution point. Okay, so this is a negative indicator as the worker C is not officially trained for this job and he is not officially allocated to do this job, but the supervisor, this is the negligence of supervisor that he wants worker C to allocate the distribution points, although it is the duty of the supervisor himself. So we will take this as a negative point, that supervisor tell worker C to allocate distribution point. This is not a good thing. Okay, so let's move next. They also give worker C a written list of daily announcement to read out at the ALAS. So this is also not the duty of the worker C. Give worker C a written list. So this is also not a duty of. Okay, so this include informing the ALAS that a contractor will be on site today repairing the faulty conveyor. Okay, so at least this is a good thing that they are like informing the agents that the contractor will be there for correcting the lift. All right, so let's move next. When supervisor has left, worker C asks the ALAS which distribution point they would prefer. Okay, where possible, the worker C assign distribution point to the worker based on their preferences. So this should not be done. The competent should be the criteria for assigning the worker at the distribution point. So this is not a good point. So I will turn this red into what would they would prefer. So let's, okay, based on their preferences. Okay, so let's move next. Worker B is allocated. Okay, so worker C is the longest serving member and supervisor asked him to like allocate the distribution point. So now the worker B is allocated to a distribution point at the far end of the zone 3. So here the worker C located the worker B at the far end, like at the end of the zone 3, the one that the other worker did not want to cover. So here the favoritism approach is clearly mentioned. So this is not a good indicator of health and safety. This is a negative culture, and so we will turn it as a red point. This is a negative point. Be allocated a distribution point at the far end. The one that the workers did not want to cover. Now there might be some problems here which the workers are facing, and that's why they do not want to cover. So the workers C allocate this area to the newcomer worker, which is located as worker B. Okay, so the baggage from the large flight will be handled at this distribution point and the worker B will be managing this on their own. Okay, so the baggage from a large flight, it means that there will be the rush of bags on that distribution point. That's why everybody was avoiding that distribution point, but the worker B, who is just newly joined and don't have experience, he will be managing this on their own. So this is not a good thing. Okay, so we will large flight will be handled at distribution point. Okay. As the ALAs disperse around the zone 3, worker B asks worker C if they are sure they should be working at this distribution point alone. So the वर्कर बी ने कहा कि भाई क्या आप श्योर हैं कि मैं अकेला इस जगह पे काम कर लूँगा, मतलब क्या मैं कैपेबल हूँ इतना कि मैं ये कर सकूँगा. सो they go on to say that flights of that size normally require multiple ALAs. So they said that the flight of this size normally require multiple ALAs, like they require multiple workers. This irritate. So the worker B says that the flight of this size usually require 2 or multiple person. This irritated the worker C. So the worker C got irritated after listening to that complaint. So that is a negative indicator. He should solve his problem. Okay. Who tells worker B to do so as they are told? So he asked the worker to do so as they are told, like as I told you, you should do similarly that, or they will report worker B to the supervisor. So they are reprising him, they are threatening him that we will report you to the supervisor if you do not listen to me. So as worker C walk to their own distribution point, now the worker C is going to his own distribution point, they realized that they did not read the daily announcement out. So he realized is that he did not read the daily announcement and send everyone without announcing these announcements. So deciding it can be done later. So he decided that it can be done later. So this is again his not a good thing, as the supervisor told him to do so, and now he is deciding on his own that this can be done later. So he is not understanding the complexity of things. He is just deciding on his minimal experience. So that is not a good thing. So let's move next. They they put the announcement sheet in their pocket. So he put the announcement sheet in his pocket instead of collecting the worker and announcing the announcements. He just put that in his pocket that I will do it later. Okay, so next. As worker B is walking to their distribution point, they see other worker laughing and pointing at them. Okay, so the worker B, who is newly joined, was going to his place and other people were laughing at him, like they might be laughing that he has chosen the wrong place or he is allocated to wrong place. A worker who is, so this is again a negative indicator that they are, instead of supporting him, they are laughing at him. This other worker laughing. So this is the indication of the negative health and safety culture, that these workers do not take care of their own health and the health of the other working there. Okay, a worker who is sat on the edge of one of the conveyor. So this is not a good point. We should not sit on the edge of the conveyor, as they might move or ill health might be occur. Calls out to the worker B. He call out to the worker B, saying they should just accept it and that they have to earn the better task. They said that the worker B should just accept this what they given to him, and he should earn the better task. earn the better task mean he should do something to gain that better places. So this is a negative indicator. They should not, they have to earn the better places. So let's also turn it in negative. Worker B look back to see that worker C is also laughing at him. So the worker C is also laughing. They decide not to raise the issue again so that they can fit in. So the worker B has decided to not raise the issue. So this is a negative point. He should like report to management of this negative behavior. Okay. The supervisor greet the contractor. The supervisor greet the contractor entrance at the entrance to zone 3 and asked if they have worked here before. Okay, the contractor explained that they had only worked in zone 1 of this airport. The supervisor remarks that that is good and should save me time showing you around. Okay, so the supervisor is not ready to give him a full roundabout of the airport, and he is happy that he will not be wasting time in his like walk around tour, so that he get familiar with the things. So this is a negative thing. He is not serious about showing him the place to work in a better way. Okay, we use the same plant equipment and processes here. So we just say that we use the same plant equipment and processes here, so you don't need to visit that place, but we have a different layout. He said that we just have a different layout but same equipment, machinery and processes here, so like you don't need to visit that place. So that is not a good indicator. He must have like he must have arranged a visit to the other zone as well. The supervisor escort the contractor straight to the faulty conveyor. So he just move him to the sorry. So he just move him to the faulty conveyor and give them brief tour of the area on the way. Now this is a good point that he give a brief tour on the area of that way. When the supervisor is confident that the contractor has everything they need, they tell the contractor that they will be in the distribution area if required. So again, this is a very good thing that he told him that I will be there if you need any help. So where the worker is confident, so this is also a good point, that when he feel confident, he then leave that point. Otherwise he could have leave earlier. Okay, so that is not a good point. They ask, let's move next. They ask the contractor to come and find them when they finish the repair. So that is not a good thing actually, because it is the duty of the supervisor to periodically check if they are working in a good manner with health and safety or not, if they are following the health and safety procedures or not. Instead he is saying that I will be there if you require. So that is not a good thing. This is a good thing that he said that I will be there if you require, but they ask, so from here they ask the contractor to come and find them when they finish the repair. This is not the good thing. They should visit the place time by time to check if they are if they have compliance with the health and safety or not. Find them when they finish. So I will take it as a negative point. The supervisor leaves and return to their regular duties. Okay, from here They check with worker C where each ALS has been assigned and agree with the allocations. So this is a negative point, that the supervisor agreed with the allocations, although the allocations were not on the competence based criteria, they were just on the favoritism approach. This is the negative culture. The supervisor is then called away to resolve an issue in the neighboring zone. Then the supervisor was called in a neighboring zone. Okay, so now there is an accident happened. So let's just read the accident. As the worker B is loading baggage carts, so the worker B is loading the baggage carts, the worker B realized that they are behind schedule. The worker B is loading the baggage carts and he realized that they are behind the schedule. They throw the last pieces of baggage onto the cart, quickly secure them. Okay, so actually the worker B is loading the baggage cart, they realize that they are behind the schedule. Now why he is behind the schedule? Because he is the only person doing that job, although there is a need of multiple workers for doing that job. So for that reason he is behind the schedule. Alright, they throw the last pieces of baggage on the cart quickly. So he quickly throw the last baggage onto the cart, secure them, and then begin driving toward the aircraft. Concerned that they are late, so he thought that he is late. They drive the tow truck faster. So this is a negative thing, that he drive the tow truck faster than the speed limit to save time. Okay, this is also negative. The contractor has finished repairing and faulty conveyor and walk into the distribution point area. Okay, so he has walked, after finishing repairing, he has walked into the distribution point area to look for the supervisor. When they cannot find the supervisor, they decided to ask a group of workers they see on other side of the zone 3 for assistance. Okay, the contractor runs across one of the roadways. So this is not a good thing, that he runs across the roadways. Okay, he should go to the walkways to reach the workers. As worker B turn the tow truck around a corner, they see the contractor in front of them. So here the accident is happening, guys. Worker B turns the tow truck sharply to avoid hitting the contractor. So when the worker B was turning the truck, suddenly the maintenance person came in front of truck, and the worker B sharply turned the truck to avoid hitting the contractor. As they do so, the last baggage cart began to tip and the baggage cover comes loose. Alright, pieces of heavy baggage fall out as the cart tip over. So the cart tip over and the pieces falls out. Some of this baggage hit the contractor. So baggage hit causing them to fall on the ground. So he fell on the ground. The distressed contractor cries out in pain. So the contractor cries out in pain. Worker B stops the tow truck and immediately rushes to the contractor. the sound of the accident alerts. So there is a good thing that there is a sound of the sorry. So the sound of the accident alerts the attention of the nearby workers, including worker C, who immediately goes to get the supervisor. When the supervisor arrives, they see that the worker have begun to clear the fallen baggages, and on duty first aider start to. Okay, so this is a positive point that they have a on duty first aider allocated. Start to administer the emergency first aid to the contractor. Okay, the first aider tell the supervisor that they have contracted the emergency services. Okay, the so this is also a good point. The supervisor also tell the first aider to stay with the injured contractor to monitor them. So this is a positive indicator. In the meantime, the supervisor says that they will cordon off the area. Okay, so this is again a positive point. The supervisor said that he will cordon off the area to prevent any more tow trucks entering the area. Finally, to prevent any more trucks entering the area. Finally, the supervisor removed worker B from the scene as they appear panicked. So this is a negative point. They should not be panicking in this condition, and they take them to the office to calm down. Once the worker B has calmed down, the supervisor sent them home. The contractor is taken to a nearby hospital where they are treated for a fractured wrist. So his wrist is fractured and significant bruising across their body. Okay, so guys, there is no point, I think. Calm down, the supervisor send them home. Okay, so this is the whole scenario explained of the latest exam which held on 17 January 2024. I hope you have cleared most of your doubts, right? How to um, read the scenario of NEBOSH exam. So this is the best way and best methodology to read the NEBOSH scenario. So you have to just uh, pick the positive and negative indicator while reading the scenario. All right. So after you read the scenario, you will go to the questions. In the next video, I will also solve the question so that your doubts are clear, and I hope you must have got the idea very clearly, and you should be confident on how to read this scenario. So guys, follow my videos for more upcoming content, and if you want me to discuss more scenario like these are solved in the NEBOSH paper, kindly comment in the under this video so that I will do more. Okay guys, thank you so much. That was all for today. Be happy.